Hey everyone, welcome to Sad Panda Presents. This is a podcast about music, and we're going to talk about different albums we're listening to and give our opinions. Right now, we're going through the Consequence of Sound's 100 greatest albums of all time. We are at number 75, which is The Blueprint by Jay-Z. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Shane.
And what's up, man? What's going on?
Not much, man. I am. Oh God. I'm doing okay. It's just it's been a weird week, and it's only Tuesday.
Gotcha.
But I got a healthy dose of how bad of a teacher I am.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that was fun today, and then the admins also didn't help that as well. So instead of doing all the things I should have been doing to be productive as a teacher and an educator, I just got drunk.
Okay, well, so my recording setup has changed yet again.
Oh, yeah?
Well, see, there's a pretty good reason for it this time. I'm currently just using headphones with a microphone attachment that's supposed to be a pretty good mic for like game chats and shit. I hope it sounds all right. We'll see. The reason for all this
can't sound any worse than what we've done.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. So the reason for all this is, well, currently I am in Hobbs, New Mexico.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So we're supposed to be energizing a site this week, and so that's
define energize.
Like we're gonna connect to the grid.
Define connect to the grid.
So we are I'm at a wind turbine site that's between Hobbs, New Mexico, and Andrews, Texas.
Okay.
So construction is complete for the most part. And
define complete.
As in, okay, so all of the wind turbines have been put up except for one that has a damaged blade, and we're waiting for the replacement.
Okay.
So the substation has been built. All of the turbines are up, minus the one, and we are ready to connect our substation to the grid, which is the network of power that feeds Texas and part of Southwest United States. So that entails a whole bunch of shit. We have to connect to the grid, let our power transformer soak for like 24 hours. Then we have to put in a request to the regulatory agency, and that's going to take a week. And then we can actually let the turbines start spinning up and producing power and all that nonsense.
Like go live, yeah.
Yeah. So we're here. This is kind of like an all hands on deck. There's a bunch of people in town, and including my boss and like the head of safety and some fucker from England that's also like a big safety name in the organization. Because when you go from zero power to 345,000 volts, you want to be safe. So
for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's like instant explosion. Like you as a person, if you touch the like the transmission lines that are 345K, you just explode. Like there's no I don't know any better way to put it. Like
That's the as a fellow scientist in a terrible form, I agree. You go from 0 to fucking 50,000. You sound like fucking Doc from goddamn
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
70,000 gigawatts or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, this would be 345 gigawatts. Well, not really watts. It's in voltage. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Like the turbines don't actually produce that much voltage. It goes through a transformer that steps it up to that to go blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but my question is, as an engineer, can you convert the gigawatts to voltage?
Well, it's not the same type of unit. One is a measure of differential, and the other is a measure of power. So
Fuck
it
me, you're right.
so yeah, so it's kind of like saying, can you convert miles to miles per hour? Well, yes, but you have to be traveling at speed. One's a
You
distance,
have
one's
to
a
have-
speed.
yeah.
It's not.
You have to have another. You have to have another thing. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. You were saying a lot of things. I kind of tuned out. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm learning all this shit too. I'm not an electrical engineer. So, but anyway, I there was a possibility that I was gonna miss tonight because my home power plant near San Angelo, we went offline tonight, right around 4:40, 3:40, whatever. I'm in a different time zone. Everything's fucked. Yeah, we went offline. Something literally exploded. We're not really sure what the cause is, and nobody was around. Like it was at the substation. People don't man that, so there was no personnel around. But a thing that shouldn't have gone boom went boom, and we don't know why. The last time this happened, a raccoon crawled up and short circuited the buzz, so that raccoon popped. In a bad way.
That will happen. That will happen. Yeah.
So this time it looked the same when you're looking at the data. It looked really, really similar. And we got pictures from, we mobilized one of our techs to go out, and we're like, hey, go find what popped. Was it an animal? Was it hardware? What the fuck was it? And take a picture and send it to us, and we'll see what we can do. If it had been another, raccoon or something like that, because it's cold, they climb up into the radiators and stuff, and if they touch something that's hot, they pop. Doesn't happen very often. I think the last time was a year or two ago. But we were like, hey, go find this thing, and hopefully it's something easy. It sucks to say hopefully it's an animal like a raccoon, but they're fucking trash animals anyway. And if that had happened,
I believe they like to be called trash pandas.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Sir.
Well, anyway, if that had happened, we could have, taken the dead raccoon or whatever off the line, which it probably would have gotten blown off the line anyway, but we could have re-energized tonight. So I would have been driving back to San Angelo.
However,
But it was not an animal. It was a equipment failure, and so a thing exploded, and we don't know why, because it's been running for 2 years as is. This thing hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden it explodes. So, there's no reason for us to go down there because we can't fix it in a day. We're gonna have to have the substation construction company come out and rebuild this thing, because it's basically, a bunch of metal exploded. So aluminum has a melting point of about 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, and in 1/20th of a second, a bunch of aluminum melted. Which means it probably got up to somewhere in the 50,000 degrees.
holy shit.
Because, melting point is fine, but for it to happen in a 20th of a second and to shower liquid aluminum down, it has to be a hell of a lot hotter. Because, it's in the snap of a finger.
Well, that's why you don't cram a penny in there.
Yeah. That's we have very stringent safety practices that go around being in the substation at all. So who knows? We won't know, but what happened until we do. So that'll probably take a week or so to get fixed and up and running again, which sucks because the people that are paying us for power don't get power for a week, and that's a big fucking deal. So yeah, that's how my day's going. Everything at the site we're at is pretty good. Like the things going at the site we're at is pretty good. Also, it's fucking snowing outside. So yay! It fucking dropped real quick today, and it's below freezing, and now it's snowing, and fuck, man, we're in the middle of the desert and it's snowing. That's wonderful. So, I've got some cold weather gear, but not this cold. But most of my job's inside, so it's all good. So, Jay-Z. Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ.
The technical term is shit's fucked.
Yeah. I don't think there's a technical term for snafu, except snafu.
Yeah. So it's
okay.
Shit's going on. Other than that, my life is. My life's great. Like right now, it's top notch. Work was just long, but that's not that big a deal. That'll happen.
Cool.
So we've been listening to.
Wait. Hey.
Yeah.
Ask me my day. What the fuck? I got all dressed up for this shit.
Motherfucker, you told me about your day and the teaching and all that. So I thought,
Oh, well, long story short, snafu. Situation normal, all fucked up. Yes, I teach 8th graders. They're all terrible. Today was a little more trying than most. But what we can do?
Yeah. So
what we can do?
I got some McDonald's on my way back to the hotel and a 12-pack of Coors and Coors Light. The gas station I stopped at had the worst selection of beer I think I've ever seen. I think it was literally Bud Light, Coors Light, and malt liquor. I think that's literally all they had.
Well, I luckily for me, I got a Lone Star and a Hopadillo waiting.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I mean Lone Star.
It's good for cheap beer.
It is not.
Okay, it's cheap.
Yes, it's the only beer that's like Lone Star, made in Pennsylvania. What the fuck? Like, anyway, okay. So, all right. So we're trying a new thing.
We are
talking about. Well, let's talk about the blueprint.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of gonna go through what we think about the album, and the things we like about the album, things we don't like about the album, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty more specifically.
Yeah. It's just we say try a new thing. It's format. We're just changing the format up a bit because it I don't know, the going through song by song felt kind of cumbersome.
It is here. It is, especially when you have some Icelandic fucking you don't know the fucking words and you're trying to.
Well, anyway, yeah.
Anyway, we're doing a new thing.
Yeah.
We're trying a new system, and so before we get into what we think, what we feel, I have to say this album came out on September 11th, 2001.
Right.
So there's that. This album dropped on
9/11. Yeah.
On 9/11, yeah. So I think it doesn't get a lot of love as it should, because it was a weird time. Same thing with like Super Troopers. That movie came out that weekend.
Right.
Like a great movie that happened to come out at the wrong time.
Right. For sure, man.
So,
and
yeah.
It's a cult classic. It's a fucking great movie. Um, you know, but
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. It just
getting released on 9/11 is kind of tough. So
yeah, for
I can
sure.
imagine that this felt a lot of that same pain. Um,
For sure, especially as good as this album is, and I've listened throughout the course of the weekend. I've listened to a number of Jay Z albums,
okay,
but this one I have to say is I listened to Blueprint 2, and a couple other of his, but this one is the best.
okay,
Especially Blueprint is the best, one of his best albums in his early career.
right
And
on.
I think that, yeah, 2001. This is really really good Jay Z. And anyway, um, okay. So what did you feel about this album, Andrew?
Uh, honestly, so I've listened to this album probably about 3 times. Um, Hip hop's not my jam, as we've established. Blah de blah. Um, this is a pretty decent hip hop album. Uh, I mean, it's obviously regarded as one of the best, right? So, um, I don't know. I enjoyed a good chunk of this album. Um,
Okay.
I mean, this is probably of the 3 rap hip hop albums we've covered on this podcast. This is probably up at the top.
That's what I
Uh,
was going to ask you next.
yeah, I mean, I think as far as hip hop on this list goes, so far uh, they've gotten it pretty right. The Kanye and NWA, I'm kind of I'm kind of like, those are kind of about the same for me as far as enjoyability. Um, this one felt a little more listenable than. I'm just man. I'm discovering that not really a Kanye fan. I much preferred Atmosphere. That I don't think that was one of the ones on the list. I think that was a off the list album that we did.
Yeah, yeah, that was a me thing.
Yeah, I much preferred Atmosphere to any of the stuff hip hop we've listened to so far. But I found this to be more listenable than either Kanye or NWA for sure.
I agree. Um, what about this album did you like?
Um, well, in the same vein of like Kanye and Atmosphere, he plays with different sounds. Um, so I liked that. Um, there's some. I got some reminders of other artists that I like in other genres. I don't know if it's because he's sampling stuff or, excuse me. I don't think he is. I think these are all original beats, but I could be wrong. Um, but it's not like he's going into other genres or anything like that. It's just there's some different sounds in here that I think are interesting and kind of fun. Like there's a couple of fun songs here that I think are just well written. Also, also his flows are fucking good. Like dude knows how to write rhymes, and there's some funny shit in here that we'll get into with like highlights and stuff. But there's also stuff in here that's just catchy and fun. So some of the beats are good. He plays with kind of some weird off major. I don't know if minor's the right word, but like there's almost like a carnival feeling sound on one of these songs, and there's like some like gorillas feeling type sounds in here. Although I don't know if they came after Jay-Z, so maybe they were influenced by him. I don't know, but like on on one of the songs I wrote Beck, like uh like this kind of reminds me of his style a little bit, and so there's some like fun catchy stuff here, and some very like I don't know stuff I could see being top 40ish type of music, just in the upbeat catchiness of it.
For sure, for sure. Um, yeah, this album, I like how the big thing on this album that I like a lot is that he samples so many different styles of music.
Yeah.
So when you look into like uh Izzo, it's like a stop, like a kind of stop and scratch kind of feel. And then
Yeah.
you get into Heart of the City. That's literally Curtis Mayfield's "Ain't No Love in the
Yeah,
Heart
yeah,
of the
yeah.
City."
I was gonna
You know what I
say
mean?
that song sounded so familiar.
It's
It's because I've heard it before.
literally-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Curtis Mayfield. And then I mean, there's all kinds. I mean, he has the scream from oh god, what's his name? Brown, James Brown.
Oh, James
He's
Brown.
got that.
Okay.
He's got that in there everywhere. Like he samples so many. This album is he samples so many old, like older 70s, 60s Motown people.
Okay.
Like, and he puts it into his music well, and then, but he blends it well with some other, like, I don't know who produced this album, but they did a fucking hell of a job.
For sure,
It's
because this
like every song is different from one to the other. They blend like old samples, and like beats are fucking phenomenal. Like it's fantastic.
Yeah, and like I said, I was under the impression the beats were original, but again, there's some things in there that I was like, that's probably sampled, but I wasn't really sure, and I don't want to call him out for sampling something that he didn't. You know what I mean? Because, whatever. But it is blended extremely well, and where they do sample, it's hard to tell. Unless it's, Curtis Mayfield, and you're like, I know I've heard this before, but I can't place it. You know what I mean? So.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
I thought that was I thought that was a sample, but I'm not familiar with the original song either, if I'm being perfectly honest. So I wasn't really sure, but I knew it sounded super familiar. So.
Yeah. No, it absolutely is. It
Okay.
absolutely is. So I love all of that. Like I love how this album is just it's just sampling, and not only that, but Jay-Z is a clever lyricist.
He really is though, Brack.
He really is. He really, really is.
There's multiple times when like I was just like, oh, Sinatra line. like you know what I mean, like just like little one word notes that I was like, oh, that was a fun line. You know what I mean? So
There was something where he's talking about drug dealing, and he's like, had so much snow you had to do a slalom.
yeah
Or,
yeah
there was so much cocaine you had to do a slalom. I was like, holy shit! He mixed cocaine with snow and a skiing reference. Like that's fucking clever.
yeah, it was. Yeah, no, I would totally agree. Because in that song, in Ain't No Love, there's some pretty funny lines. I don't remember what they are off the top of my head. I was writing one word notes off to the side 'cause I was fucking listening to this while I was driving. So, I'm writing on the fucking center console without looking, so my fucking note sheet looks like shit. It's like I'm just writing while I'm staring at the road, the steering wheel in my left hand, pen in my right hand, just writing notes out of my vision, out of sight. It's like this is a terrible way to write notes, but I'm gonna be, I'm not taking my eyes off the road. So
I'm gonna ask you a question, Andrew.
yo.
So Jay-Z has a nickname in this album.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know what that is?
Is it a capital J Jigga, or
No.
is it Hosa?
Is it what?
Hova? Izzo? One of those?
That's Hova.
Yeah.
Hova. There's Hova.
Yeah.
Why do you think he chose Hova?
I don't know because I didn't look up what the acronym stands for.
It's not an acronym.
Well, it's in the title of the song. It's H period O period V period A period.
Uh-huh.
Um,
What's his first what's the first syllable of his name?
I mean J.
Mm-hmm. So if you were to put J with HOVA and sound it out, what would that sound like?
I mean it's Jova. I get that. Is he like
about-
a
about-
Jehovah's Witness?
No, well, you're on the right track, wrong train. What is the name of the Lord, God Almighty?
It depends on how you ask.
Jehovah.
Yeah.
He is God Almighty.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why it's Jehovah.
Yeah,
Does that
and
make sense?
yeah. No, he's at this point. So at this point, he's had some success because I mean, the first song comes in, the ruler's back. Like, yeah, no, I was gonna make a comment about this. Like at this point in his career, he's had some success, and he's a cocky bastard. So
No, sir.
yeah, he is.
Well, I mean, he is. I'm not going to say you're not wrong. It's the same thing. Why do you think Kanye is called Yeezy?
Yeah, well, Kanye is also a cocky bastard.
Crazy fuck, yeah. But the same thing. I mean, but you have to think about. I read this book about tyrants.
Okay.
People who are truly who ran countries and things like that. And the thing that rulers like to be called is boss or jefe or
Right.
whatever it may be. So they want to be the end all be all.
Right.
So Jehovah, he is your God. He is the end all be all. This is the idea of that they are the best at what they do. They are the ruler.
Okay, so that's gonna play into Ola Ovito as well.
Because
because-
guess who's big into Christianity?
Well, and because Ovito's not really a real word in Spanish,
It's not.
but it's another play on Jehovah. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. So he is saying he is the king. He's the ruler. He is the best at what he does.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I get it. Like, this is, he's blowing the fuck up, and he's on track to, like, be somebody. So, I get it, and it, especially, I mean, you see this a lot in, I mean, not just rap, but I think it's the most apparent in rap music, where it's like, I'm the big shit, motherfucker. Like, fucking bow down,
True. I get where you're coming from. But
So
why do you?
Well, I
have another question.
Okay, well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just think that like the ego in this genre specifically is a fucking important factor. Like, you ain't shit if you don't think you're shit, you know what I mean? And that's not necessarily a false sentiment in other things as well. Like, you can't have a super down on yourself attitude in anything really if you want to ever like excel at it, right? So, but I think it's overplayed and over the top, especially in rap and hip hop.
Okay, but first point. Who wants to buy a car from Old Gil from fucking The Simpsons? Oh, hey,
Yeah. No,
nobody wants to fucking buy a car from that guy.
like I said, I think it's relevant to everything. I just think it's over the top in hip hop.
Well, okay, and that's yeah, I agree.
You had a
Damn
question.
it, I had another point. Got the fucking question.
It's okay.
Shit.
Anyway, I think we've gone over some of that stuff. Like, do you have? I guess this is kind of a more natural transition. Like how I kind of said, I think he's super cocky. Do you have any lowlights from this? Is there anything in here that like just didn't play well with you?
For me, yes. I feel like for me, there was a lot of there was some pandering for the most part.
Yeah.
I get, you have to also, you can't, but oh no, oh shit, that was the question. That was my question. Here we go. I forget what I said. My question is, why do you think he called this album The Blueprint?
I didn't think about that. So I guess it could be interpreted a couple of different ways. He has a title track called Blueprint. And in that song, he talks about, he talks about like his background and like how he was made and his blueprint and what makes him. And it talks about his mama.
Yep.
And how his mama loved him. And,
Sure did.
and if I remember right, how he didn't have a daddy or something like that.
Yep.
But
why
then
did he name the album The Blueprint?
Well, so there's the typical thinking of like releasing a single and it blows up, so you make that the title of your album, title track of your album. I don't know if that happened with this. There's also if you play the ego side into it, saying this is this is my gift to the rap community. This should be your blueprint to how a good rap album is made.
Have we not? Yeah, that's exactly it. That was his formula.
Right.
This is what that was the intention. He named this The Blueprint because this is how you make a rap album. Same thing with what we saw with NWA.
Right.
Where Dre said, here's how you make a hit song.
Right.
You talk about where you're going to be, what you're going to do, and who you're doing it with. Right?
Okay.
So that's why this is the blueprint. This is how you make a rap album.
Yeah.
And if you look through the album, you talk about here's me. I'm doing this. Then I'm gonna talk about what I'm doing to take it over. Then I'm gonna talk about me. Then I'm gonna talk about love that girl or whatever the hell. Then we're gonna talk about back to me in whatever language, and then we're gonna talk, and then I'm gonna hit you hard with a hard, soft kind of mellow song that gets you back in, something for the heart, and then I'm gonna bleed my heart, but I'm gonna talk about, and then I'm gonna tell you, what I really feel inside, and then I'm gonna say, look, I'm not a pussy, but I do have a heart. But then I'm gonna come back with another song that says I'm crazy. And then I'm going to come back and wrap it all up with I love my mama.
Yeah.
This is why he calls it the blueprint, because it is the blueprint on how to make a rap album.
Sure.
Same thing with he always references Biggie.
Yeah. Yeah, so I noticed that.
Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, he has a line in there, if I'm not better than Big, then I'm the closest thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm the new Sinatra. But the thing is, what he's saying is that he's telling you how to make a rap album. This is what you do.
Yeah.
You get your money, you do this, you do that, it's step by step. It's like, if you've never heard Biggie's song, The 10 Crack Commandments, this is how you make your money.
Yeah.
Biggie had a song about, this is how you sell crack. I am telling you how to sell crack. This is what you do. Step-by-step guide on how you do the things.
Okay.
So, for me, as an educator, this is literally step-by-step on how you make a rap album.
For sure.
First thing is,
get money. Like, he comes out talking about how he's already made his first 100K. Like, I don't know. So step one is fucking get money.
Whatever way you can.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And he did it slinging fucking rocks.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm not really I'm not a musician really. So like, I play music, but I'm far from a musician. So I don't fucking know. I don't know how to make a regular album, much less a rap album. So
Well, here's the blueprint on how to make a rap album.
I'm gonna have to take the man's word for it, you know.
Oh man. So, this weekend I drove a lot. I drove a lot. I drove up to Austin, back to San Antonio, back to Austin, and back home.
Damn, son.
So, yeah, my nephew had a birthday party. So I picked up the boy and then went to San Antonio for him to go to the party. Had to take the boy back and then come back.
Right.
So I had to do all these things. And I was listening to this album a bunch. And as of right now, my students are going through chemistry. We're learning chemistry.
Okay.
So the Izzo, the song Izzo.
Yeah.
H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy.
Yeah.
I was listening to that song on the way back down, and I noticed my students were having a problem with remembering what neutrons and protons and electrons were doing, like what their charges were, where they were located, and all that kind of stuff. So, I wrote I rewrote a bit to the Izzo, and so H to the Izzo, V to the Izzo.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
My rewrite was N equals NO, P to the Pizze.
Hey. My connection dropped out for a second. You're gonna have to.
Okay.
It's my own fault, but you're gonna have to go back on that. So you rewrote some. All right. So your chemistry students were having a problem with something, so you rewrote a formula based on this song. Go ahead.
Okay, so I rewrote the words to Izzo. So H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy.
Yeah.
So I rewrote the lyrics to remind it, to let them know, like, N equals NO. So neutrons are neutral.
Yeah.
N equals no charge. N equals NO. P to the Pizze. So protons are positive. And then electrons float around just trying to get busy.
Oh, you're so gay.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck
No,
you.
that's super clever.
Fuck you.
That's super clever. It is. And knowing your students, they would probably get it.
Yeah, except this came out in 2001, and my students didn't know who the fuck Jay-Z was, so I had to
Fuck,
okay,
really?
Do you know who Beyonce's husband is?
Jesus. I mean,
yeah.
like, I around 2001, like, I distanced myself like a motherfucker from like rap in general, but I still knew who the fuck Jay-Z was.
My students were born in 2003, 2005.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah. When I mentioned Kanye, they're like, "Ugh, he's old."
Okay. All right. Well.
So, I tried, and then they got to see Mr. Davis rap, which is
not great.
I'm probably on TikTok. I just don't know it yet.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that is.
It's a thing.
I know what it is. It's the new Vine. I know. But I was never even a part of that. Hey, before we move on, can I take a piss? Like, I'm about to pee my pants.
Thank you, God. Yes.
So anyway, we're back.
Yeah. I forgot what the fuck we were.
It doesn't matter.
So,
Do you want to? We can move on. Like.
Yeah, we're moving on. Okay, so I think we talked about.
I think we talked highlights and lowlights and like general impressions. You want to go into top threes?
Top threes. Yeah, but you start. No, you know what? Let me ask you before. Yeah, give me your What's the song you don't like the most?
Oh, you want to go there?
First. Let's go negative first.
Let me look at the track list. I think I'm well. I mean, I wrote down something that I just didn't like. So I'm pretty sure it's I'm pretty sure I've got it. The song I didn't like the most is Oh no, it's "Song Cry."
Me too.
Yeah, that song is garbage.
Yeah, I get where he's coming from. Like, he tries to, like, kind of open himself up
Yeah,
into a thing.
but at the same time, he's like, I'm too tough to open up. So here's me opening up about how I'm too tough to open up because this is why I need to open up, but I'm too much of a man. Fuck off, dude. Like, it's a stupid fucking song.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like it either. Yeah, I didn't like that one either. I think that's the worst one on the album.
It's just dumb. Like, I didn't care about his point, and he didn't make his point well enough to even make me want to try to care.
For sure. Yeah, yeah. And well, he's talking about, like, you know, where he came from and all that kind of shit. Yeah, but I don't give a shit. I didn't read your fucking biography, so
Yeah, Blueprint's a better song about where he came from. It was still kind of a mess. It was still kind of a mess song for me, but it was.
Yeah, but actually, good point.
But it was more. I felt it was more heartfelt.
For sure.
This
he
song
talks about his cousins like making sure he went to this and that and then like.
Yeah, "Song Cry" was like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Was just like he wanted to show people he had a human side, but in the most forced way possible.
Yeah, but you're right that he did that better in Blueprint.
I agree. Anyway,
right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Andrew.
So yeah. I mean, I've got other P songs and stuff, but we can get to that later.
That's kind of my low light for the most part.
I got a couple of P songs, but we can get to that before we reveal our number ones or whatever.
Okay. Well, go on.
You want to start at 3, 2, 1? Start at 3.
You want 3, 2, 1? Okay.
Yeah. Right. Let's end on the highest note.
Okay. All right. What's your number 3?
Honestly, I think it's going to be Girls, 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 Part 2, Part 1. I liked Part 2 a little bit better, but that combination of two songs I think is going to be my number 3.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, man.
What? Why is that?
It's a little misogynistic, but even beyond that, and it's very shallow, but like overlooking that, it was just fucking funny. I don't know, like there's the lyrics were kind of funny. He plays with a lot of like different background sounds and background like rhythms and melodies and shit like that within the songs, within those two songs. Yeah. So they were just a lot of fun to listen to. So I think that's going to be my number 3. What about you?
So Red Dot or Feather? Yeah. The super racist.
Super racist, yeah. But at the same time, like, man, you gotta.
It's 2001.
I don't want to say you got to give it a pass because of the time, but I mean, that was it. It's a song of its time, and
yeah,
you know. And I thought Part 2 got a little more specific towards like an individual, and I thought it was just a better.
I got you. Okay, but I got it. Yeah. All right. Cool. I feel you.
Did you like that song or not like that song or just didn't care?
Oh, Girls, Girls, Girls?
Yeah, and Part 2.
It's fine.
Yeah. That's kind of figured. That's kind of where I figured it landed in general consensus among like Jay-Z fans, but I just thought it was fun.
It's a fun. I don't know. It reminded me of the same thing like the Beastie Boys did with Girls, Girls, Girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's his homage to like, hey, you know what? I'm being so
I think that's probably
misogynistic,
a
that I need to do something for slow down and something for women.
well,
And this is how I'm gonna do it. Or
and
if something.
I think the being able to relate it to the Beastie Boys probably helped with my decision on that, to be honest, because that's something I'm familiar with, you know. So
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like everybody does that. I love girls all around the world. Like,
oh
Frank
yeah,
did it.
100%.
Fucking Ludacris did it. Jay-Z did it.
Fucking the Beach Boys did it.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish they could all be California girls. Yeah, yeah. Like
I feel like
everybody has
that's-
this song, and I think that's why it made it so easy to like.
I feel like it's pandering, so I don't like it.
That's fine.
Like, I like these girls because of this. I like this girl because she, you know.
Yeah, it super
Why
reminded
you
me of
treat
the.
me like, yeah.
It super reminded me of the Beach Boys in that fact too, but
Yeah, and he even brings up the Eddie Murphy fucking.
yeah,
Why you treat me
yeah.
like animal, like,
man,
come
that
on, man, like-
it was kind of funny though.
no, hysterical. Also, speaking of Eddie Murphy, have you seen My Name Is Dolomite?
Mm.
On Netflix.
No, I want to. I heard about it, and I want to real bad, but I haven't been able to do that yet.
Holy shit. Sammy and I watched it. Holy shit. That is a fucking really good movie.
Right on.
And Eddie Murphy knocks it right out of the fucking park.
That's what I've heard. I've heard he does extremely well, and I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, it's really good. Anyway.
What's your number 3?
Really good. My number 3 is You Don't Know.
Okay.
I love it. It's
Why?
It has a very it just the beats are complex.
Okay.
It's fun. I love the I don't know. It's so weird. This is the song that doesn't feel like it should be on this album.
Okay. Explain yourself.
I don't know. It didn't feel like it should fit.
Okay.
It's so dark and it's kind of like a trap song on that, and then I don't know. Also, it has so much coke that you could run the slalom.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like it has that da-da. It has that it hasn't the beats are off for
Okay.
this album. Like it's kind of a I don't know, man. I don't know why it hits me in the right way, but it does.
Okay.
He also talks about Dapper Dan. He's not a Dapper Dan man. Like,
Yeah.
you talk about Cook and Dapper Dan
yeah,
man. Like,
yeah.
fuck me. Like,
Oh man, Dapper Dan. The
So-
only thing I can ever fucking think of with Dapper Dan is the fucking good old boys in God damn it, Oh Brother Where Art Thou?
oh brother, right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's what he's referencing.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure, but I'm like that's all I can think of.
Yeah, no, that's what he's referencing. A black dude from New York references us cocaine so much that you can slalom. They don't snow ski. Also, and references Dapper Dan. Oh brother, where art thou? In the same song, talking about selling drugs, selling
Yeah.
fucking cocaine. Get the fuck out of here! Like, ich bin impressed.
Yeah, no, it's fun, for sure.
Impressed. Anyway, all right. So you're number 2, Bubba.
My number 2 is Hola Ovito.
Hola, Ovito.
Uh-huh.
That's a great song.
It really is though, Brack. I fucking
It really is.
I
man.
love this song. Yeah, it's good. Dude, it's really good. Just like I mean, I know I talked about his cockiness and all that shit, but man, he's got some great flows in here. And
He
the
really does.
and the beat is so much fun. The bass line is fun. Like everything about this is fun. This is where that Sinatra line is. Like, oh man, it's so good. And this is also where I think that the Gorillaz got some influence, and where I wrote the question Beck. Like, just Man, it's just a good song. It's great. This is great. It's catchy. It's got a good beat, and the flows are pretty good. Like they're pretty fucking solid, man. They're really solid.
Yeah. I'm the compadre Sinatra of my day.
Yeah.
Oh, blue eyes, nigga. I did it my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is this the one where oh, maybe it's not. I don't remember. I don't, no, it's not. Anyway, this is a really fun song and I like it.
Well, good. I'm glad you liked it. All right, so my number 2 is going to be, of course, Heart of the City.
Okay. That's understandable.
Because, yo, the hard, the backbeat with the Curtis Mayfield. Oh, good Lord, man.
Yeah, that just missed my top 3.
I'm sorry, that's Bobby Blue Band.
Okay.
Oh man, just so fucking. It's so good. Like, and he's talking about. Oh god.
No, it's good. Like I said, it just that one's the one that just missed my top 3. So I'm right there with you. It's a great fucking song.
Yeah, big fan. Big fan of this one. I think this is for me, this is the most easy listening song of the album.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's the most like passive. It's easy to listen to. Is what it is. Anyway, so
Okay, well, do you want to go into like before we hit our number 1? So you want to do like some P songs or whatever?
do what now? I'm sorry.
Before we hit our number 1s, do you want to do like some P songs or like some other honorable mentions or something like that?
Yeah, I'll do Blueprint. Definitely should have been in the top. That was a good one.
Yeah, it's okay.
Also in this album, Renegade was Eminem came in, and that was not a bad song. I just not a huge fan of Eminem, but he came in and they that song was good.
Okay.
I did like that. Again, Izzo.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's in my honorable mentions as well.
Yeah, Izzo was definitely I think the biggest track on this album. Like that hit like I think it hit number 1.
Oh, really?
H to the Izzo, V to the Izzo. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this is the one where he has the Snoop Dogg reference, right? The fascism my nizzle, blah, 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 blah.
That's a whole different animal.
That's Izzo, though, right?
Jay-Z did it first.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did that first.
Okay, well, Snoop Dogg popularized it then, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into that with my my number 1.
Okay.
But yeah. But Hova is the number 1 song on this album for sure, because everybody's heard that song.
Okay.
Beyond that,
it's in my honorable mentions. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I've got Jigga in my honorable mentions because I thought it was fun. I thought the beat was great and I thought it was catchy. I do have a couple more P songs if I'm going to be critical.
Go ahead.
Lyrical Exercise, Breathe Easy. I didn't need it. Also, Never Change. Fuck off again. That's not as bad as Song Cry for me, but whatever. And then, like I said, Izzo was in my honorable mentions, and yeah, so that's my honorable mentions for the reasons we talked about for Izzo at least. I'm I have this weird feeling that I may have included a P song that's your number 1, but I'm not sure. So why don't you tell me what your number 1 is?
My number 1 is Takeover.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, a good fuck you song.
It is, yeah. I should have saw that coming
And-
for sure.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah. Well, tell me about it.
And oh shit! I didn't realize Kanye West produced this song.
That's pretty funny.
Fuck yes, whoa. Hell yeah. Oh shit! Hold on.
Go ahead.
I should have. Yeah. Timbaland did Hola Jovito. Timbaland. He's a good Kanye. Yeah, man, Kanye. Oh man,
Did he produce a bunch of this stuff?
most of it. Yeah.
So what I'm getting from that is he's a better producer than he is an artist,
Kanye.
or better producer than he's a. I don't want to say artist because producers are also artists, but like
No, Kanye's a better producer than a fucking
then he is a
Rhyme
rapper.
Slayer.
Then he is
Yeah,
then he is a
for sure.
songwriter. Is what I meant to get
Hands
at.
down.
Yeah.
Yo, hands down. Kanye's a better fucking track layer than he is a speaker.
Okay,
He should shut the fuck up and make beats.
I can appreciate
Yeah.
that. To be honest, I can
Yeah.
I can really appreciate that. I can
And now
appreciate
that
that more than his attitude.
Well,
I know he's got a
He's
fucked up
crazy.
past though, so that's
he's a crazy fuck now, but goddamn, he did a lot of good stuff. Again, even when we talked about the Kanye album,
Yeah.
he doesn't write good lines, but he makes really good
music.
music to
Right,
listen to.
right.
And that's what he should. Yeah. So yeah, Takeover, that with the heavy bass line, the boom,
Yep.
boom, 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 boom. Hell yeah! And he talks shit about Nas.
Uh huh.
Oh, fucking great! I love this song. I love a good "fuck you" song. I'm never gonna say no to a good "fuck you" song.
Yeah, I should have seen that
he
coming
talks
for
shit
sure.
about Nas, and then fucking come on, man, and like, and then he talks about you made it a hot line, I made it a hot song.
Yeah.
That was back to Snoop Dogg, same idea. You made it a hot line, I made it a good song, and then the best, honestly, he talks shit about motherfucker. Like he goes through like Nas's discography. He's like, all right, so you made 4 albums in 10 years. I'm gonna call it 2 years apiece. All right, so you made 2 albums that were like, all right, cool. You made a shitty one, and you made one that was good. So that's 1 album every 10 years. Motherfucker, like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, he fucking, like, sits down and does the math while he's rapping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking fantastic. And then at the end, he's like, everybody's trying to sound like fucking Jay-Z. And then, y'all don't even get it. What was it? Oh, God damn it. Oh, you know what? And also, one thing that Jay-Z does that I really like is he does quote philosophy because he's well read and a very, very intelligent human being.
Yeah, you can
And-
tell. You can tell by the way he puts lines together that he's well read. Because this motherfucker, like I said, man, he's got some fucking mad flow. Like, this dude knows how to write a rhyme, 100%. Like, listening. Like I said, I preferred listening to Atmosphere over NWA and Kanye. And this dude's right up there with Atmosphere. I mean, probably better. And just because he knows how to write lines, man. And, maybe he doesn't make these beats, but he knows who to go to. Like, you're saying Kanye produced a lot of this, and I don't know who they hired to make the beats, if it's Kanye or if it's somebody else that is in their group of people. But he's a solid lyricist, and he knows how to match up with people that are fucking solid at making rhythms and beats and bass lines. Like, man, there's some solid fucking bass lines in here. You know what I mean?
Well, that's Kanye making the beats.
Well, fucking Kanye knows how to make a beat.
But
Can't write.
he
He
does.
can't write lyrics for shit, but he can fucking make beats.
I wouldn't say he can't write for shit.
Well,
He
I
doesn't
mean, better than
do it
me,
well.
but I'm not a fucking musician.
Yeah. But here's the thing that I like about Jay-Z. Jay-Z is an intellectual.
He is.
He and you can hear it in his words.
Right.
So the one of the best lines that he has is, "A wise man told me to not argue with fools." That's Plato.
Right.
That's Plato.
Yeah.
In another song, he says something along the lines of, "You do not exist. You don't mess with me, so you do not exist." That's Descartes.
Right.
He's an intelligent person, and I feel like he has read this philosophy and he understands that idea. I mean, he
sat down and thought about it for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. He's an intelligent human being. And again, this whole song, the Takeover song, is just him like saying, he's talking shit about Nas, but he's saying like, look, this is why you're bad. This is why you're terrible. I will break down into an argument. Okay, so I'm going to put pen to paper. We're going to do some math. Okay, you do 4 albums you do 10 years, and then, he literally did that and then just broke it down into speaking words and rhymed it.
For sure.
That's some clever ass shit.
Yeah, dude.
I respect the fuck out of Jay-Z.
Yeah, dude. After listening to this, I'm like, yeah, man, this dude knows his shit, and he's, like I said, he's real good at writing rhymes. The dude is solid.
Yeah. Anyway, hands down, Takeover is the fucking best song, especially because the hard bass line, and it's just that doom 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 doo doo doo.
Yeah.
And then,
okay.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Anyway, what's your number one, baby?
Oh, you're not gonna like this.
I know you're not. I know I'm not.
It's Renegade.
Yeah. Okay. Why?
The bass line is solid. The beat is solid. It borders on funk, which is fucking always welcome. And man, I like Eminem. I just do. I think he's clever. I think he's fast, and I don't know. I just like Eminem, and I think Jay-Z and Eminem in this song. What I wrote word for word in my notes was, these guys play well together. They both have long verses, but they both play off each other in different ways. I think it's funny that they talk about shitty parents when they both had shitty parents. To one extent or another, they both love their mamas and their daddies weren't in their lives, right? So I don't want to get too deep into it. I just thought it was a fucking good song. Like the beat was good, the bass line was good, the raps were good, the rhymes were fun. Yeah, like shit was good, and I enjoyed listening to this song on a straight up, just like I said, I don't want to get deep into it. On a straight shallow level, I enjoyed listening to this song the most. On a deep level, I thought that some of the things they were talking about were legit. For what they went through is shit that I can't really relate to, so I don't really, like I said, that's why I don't really want to get that deep into it, because I can't really relate to these motherfuckers.
For sure.
But I thought the song was a lot of fun, despite being, despite having a few like dark tones in it, but also being a fuck you song.
It is. It really is. It's
like,
a fuck you song about.
That was a really roundabout way of saying this was a fun but also kind of dark fuck you song, but also kind of not dark. Like there was some ego there was some history there was a whole lot of fuck you-isms there that were backed up by, well, their history, and they also played well together, and the beat was sick.
Right on. Also, Eminem did do the beat, so Can't knock that shit either.
It was good. The bass line was bordering on funky, and I liked it.
Fucking A, bro. All right. Well. So that's what that's
That's Blueprint.
the blueprint.
Um,
So on a scale of
oh, right, our scale. I want to keep this the same. On a scale of slanted, enchanted to
scale
goodbye,
of
Yellow
payment
Brick Road.
to Elton John, where would you put this?
Oh man, well, I already compared it a lot to Atmosphere, in that I enjoyed listening to this far more than the other rap albums on here. So I'm gonna put this around Atmosphere.
Atmosphere is not on the scale of pavement.
Oh fuck, you're right.
That's not on Consequence of Sounds.
Yeah, you're right. That was an off the list swing.
That was an off list thing.
Okay, hold on. I've got the Facebook post that we have on another tab. All right, so I liked it, man. All right, I liked it better than Either Or. I'm looking at my side of the list, by the way, because I know that's higher up on your list.
Racist.
What?
No, it's fine.
Rate? What? Okay. Anyway,
That is-
I think I liked it better than Imagine. No, I know I like this better than Imagine.
Holy shit, that's high for you.
No, it's not. Imagine's the bottom
Well, I'm
7.
saying all of the.
Oh yeah, all of the hip hop's at the very bottom
all
for
the
me.
hip hop. That's
Yeah,
This is hot
this
for
is
you.
this is probably going to be somewhere around Either Or / Imagine / Refused. So somewhere in that, yeah, some at the top of the bottom half of the 20 of the lower 20.
So we're between two albums. Where would you put this?
Probably around Imagine, Refused, somewhere in that neighborhood, or Imagine, Either Or. It's right on par with Imagine for me. I think is where I'm landing. I'll probably go back to more songs on this than Imagine, but maybe not. But I might not have.
What song are you gonna go back to with Imagine?
That's a good point.
The cripple inside.
That's a good
You
song.
know,
I mean,
that one fucking song.
that is a good song. But I mean, here's the thing. Give it a month and ask me how many songs I remember off of this album, and it's probably not. It's probably not much.
Fair.
I mean, I don't. You put it in a harsh. You went harsh with it, saying, okay, well, what are you going back to with Imagine? What am I going to go back with on this in a month? Maybe not anything. Maybe something.
Renegade.
Maybe, but maybe not. Like, typically when I go back to like past music, I don't go to this list.
I'm gonna tell you. You hear "Heart of the City." Ain't no love in the heart. You're gonna fucking think of this album.
I probably will, but I'm not really that familiar with the original either. So, but if I hear the song Imagine, I don't go to any other artist than John Lennon. And if I hear Crippled Inside, I'm gonna remember that fucking album. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, stop. Oh, stop. Hold on. How many times have you heard "Crippled Inside" outside of doing this podcast?
Oh, none.
0.
How many times have you heard Imagine outside of this podcast, though? If we're taking this to the scale of what we've heard before, I've maybe heard a couple of songs on this Jay-Z album a couple of times. I've heard Imagine 1,000 fucking times.
Okay,
So that's not a fair measurement.
Hold on. You're jumping the gun, Bubba. What I'm saying is, "Heart of the City" is a more known song that you hear ambiently.
I'll give you that, but even then, I couldn't name it.
Who the fuck samples Imagine in their songs? You know what I mean? Like, who samples "Crippled Inside" on their songs?
Nobody. But my point.
Exactly.
But my point is that what my point is that for me specifically,
Yeah.
Crippled Inside.
I forgot we were talking about you.
Like, for me specifically, Crippled Inside stuck with me. And imagine I've heard a million fucking times. But, like,
Yeah.
this song that you thought was Curtis Mayfield and is actually Sammy something, right?
Slappy Sammy.
Right, who is it now?
I don't know.
Okay, so Sammy Blue Band, is that right?
Yeah, that's it.
So like, okay, I've heard that song ambiently before, but I couldn't even fucking name it. So if you're going on the basis of what do you know ambiently, Imagine fucking kills. Imagine kills pretty much this whole fucking list because I've heard it so goddamn much ambiently. Not necessarily sampled, but that's not what you said.
Not what I said, but I think you're.
My point is, it's upper echelon of like the bottom half. Where is it for you?
For me, I would put this. I'd put. Oh, good lord! I don't have my my list in front of me, but I do have.
Oh, by the way, I didn't mean to get all like cocky and argumentative.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
And you're a douchebag for it.
I know I am. I apologize.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
You still love me.
Debatable.
Masturbatable.
It's you know what? I don't have the list.
It's okay. I forgot to put the.
This...
Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to buy time.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, you interrupted me, so I thought you had it set. I forgot to put the disclaimer at the front of this. Sometimes we drink and say offensive shit. Welcome back, motherfuckers. It's been a month.
Why is this songs? Okay, get the fuck out of here. I don't want songs. I want the fucking album.
Yeah. We did episode 34. If you're wondering which post it was.
We're not 34.
No, the fucking list from 100 to 81, dipshit. That was episode 34. That's the list I'm referencing. Jesus Christ.
Okay, well,
we did so good up until now.
I don't. Okay.
Is this around College Dropout? Is it better than that? Either or. Paul's Boutique. Is it better than those?
Okay. Did I put either or in?
You put College Dropout right below either or, and Paul's Boutique right above it. Above that is Mothership. Then Siamese Dream.
Well, goddamn it. Okay, yeah. So I'll put it above Siamese Dream for sure.
Okay. So that's in your top 5.
If you know what, fuck it. Between. If it has to be between Dropout and Paul's Boutique,
okay.
I'm gonna put it.
I think that's not a bad place. Honestly, I think
no. I think it's just yeah. I think it's between Dropout and Paul's Boutique.
That puts it really close to Elliott Smith for both of us.
Yeah, that's where it lands.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I think it's between, yeah.
I mean, your Paul's Boutique and College Dropout are much closer than mine, but it does end up between, or damn near in the middle of those for me. So, I think that's a good place to put it. And I think if you're listening to this and you're wondering about hip hop and what we think about it, well, it's between. What did we just say? Fuck. God damn it.
Dropout and Paul's Boutique.
It's between Dropout and Paul's Boutique. It's better than Dropout. It's not as good as Paul's Boutique. There you go.
I think that's a good place to land.
I think so too.
I think so too.
You got any final thoughts on this?
No, we've been talking way too fucking long.
You're absolutely right. So, hey guys, let us know about the new format. Let us know if you like it, if you hate it. If there's other things we could do to improve the show, that would, aside from, having like an actual schedule.
Being better.
Let us know. Thanks for listening. You can find us on fucking Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, fucking wherever you get your podcast. We're on Facebook at Sad Panda Presents Podcast. I know it's a fucking long extension. Just fucking find us. We are the crying panda that's wearing headphones. That's our logo. It's easy to spot. It's black and white with a little touch of blue. Reach out to us on Facebook. That's where we will talk to you like instantly for the most part, or at least within a day. We're pretty good about responding there. Everywhere else, we probably won't even fucking see it because I don't even get the goddamn email notifications half the time. Yeah, let us know. If you have an album you want us to review, please recommend it. We would be happy to do it, and if we like you enough, we'll have you on the show. No, that's not true. If we know you well enough is really what it is. Like if we've met you in person, we would love to have you on the show to talk about your favorite album.
I do have a guest
or a few
in mind.
Even though we're behind on that shit. Anyway.
Yeah. So next time we are going to do Blood on the Tracks by Bob Dylan.
That we are.
We are. I do have a guest. I do have a guest in mind for not Bob Dylan, but the next one we do. So you might have a guest.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll figure it out. We don't actually know what the fuck we're doing week to week. So I travel a lot. He's a teacher, and his shit's super busy too. So like I'm not. Anyway, thanks again, guys.
Holy fucking Christ! Jesus fucking Christ! All right. Oh fuck! You were doing the outro, weren't you?
That's cool. Love you guys. Bye.
Sorry about all the things. Love you guys. Please listen. Bye.
Yeah, I know I can get a little wordy right there at the end. I'm like 5-6 beers deep too, so. Yeah.